This tutorial is an introduction to PsychInfo database. This is a database you can use to find research articles in the field of psychology. To find the database on the library's webpage, place your cursor over Find Resources on the left side of the screen. Then click on the Databases by Subject option. On the page that opens up, select the Psychology category. And here's PsychInfo on the right side of the screen. If you want to use this database or any of our other databases from off campus, you will be asked for a username and password. As we go through this tutorial, we will talk about browsing for information, basic and advanced search, and how to print out or save search results. We're going to click on the database link to get started. This is the basic search screen. The default search in PsychInfo is a Boolean search. And that simply means you're going to combine words in the search field with an and, or not. These are Boolean search operators, and they're based on algebra and finding coinciding sets of information. So we're going to type in some search terms here in just a second. We're also going to click on this linked full text limit and this peer-reviewed limit to make sure that we find complete articles and also that we find articles from peer-reviewed research journals. So we're going to type in our search terms. So our search operators between search terms in this case are and the first letter is capitalized. We have a question mark here within this word, and that's called a wildcard, and that's going to find women, and it's also going to find woman, M-A-N. So it's going to find both versions of the word with that wildcard symbol there, the question mark. In this word here, opiate, that's a root word that we're looking for with an asterisk at the end. So that's going to find the singular form of the word opiate, and it's also going to find the plural form of the word opiates. And then the last term is therapy. So we're trying to find information about women that have some type of addiction to opiates and articles that discuss the therapy for that population. Also up here in the search field, if you happen to have a phrase that was going to be part of your search statement, any multi-word phrase or any personal name that would be part of your search statement would need to be in quotes. So we're going to click on search, and we've got 43 results, and this is our results screen, and they're just listed in this vertical listing. And then we've got some ways to limit the search over on the left side of the screen. One of the ways that's very easy to limit results is to use this publication date limit on the left, and we're going to go up to 2010. And then a little bit further down the screen we have some other limits that we can apply. If you use any of these limits on the left, make sure that you click on this Show More option to see everything that's possible for that particular limit. This box will pop up in the center of the screen, and then you can just check off the options that you want to apply to your search results. So I'm going to limit our results to women that are age 18 through 39 years old. The studies that are going to be written about in these articles will be limited to that particular age group. We're going to click on Update. And now we're down to 8 articles. So we have a more focused set of results this time by applying those 2 limits. And we can just scroll through this list and look at the titles see if any of this looks like it's going to be helpful for our research assignment. If you look at the title and you're not sure exactly what the article is about, you can go over here to the right and hover over that magnifying glass, and that's a preview option. And then you can read a small abstract about the article and decide if that's something you want to use. Now, if you know you're going to be gathering several articles, not just one article, there's an option you can use to put several articles together and then print or email or download those articles as a group, and that's this folder option. If I click on this first folder here on the right with the little plus sign, this folder function becomes active on the far right side of the screen. We can scroll through the list and we can click on the folders for the corresponding articles that we want to add. And then once we've done that, once we've finished making our selections, we can go to the top of the screen on the right and click on folder, or we can click on folder view here on the far right of the screen. And we go to this screen that displays the articles we just selected, and then at this point we can check off this box here on the left and print or email or save all of these as a group. Or if you changed your mind for some reason about one of them, you could just select them individually. But once you've done that, go over to the right and either print or email or save to some type of drive. And I'm going to show you how that works with email as an example. We'll click on email. And the first thing I want to emphasize when you get to this point is make sure that you include the proper APA citation. You would highlight this little box here by citation format, use the drop down arrow and select APA citation format. Then you would go over here to the left, plug in your email address, give it a subject, put any comments in if you want, and go over to the far right and click on send, and you'll be sending all of those articles together as a group. Now this folder option will only save these articles together as long as you're sitting down at the computer. It's not going to save them overnight or next week or anything like that. If you know that you're going to be doing this type of research frequently and using this database frequently, you can actually create an account that will allow you to store these articles and go back to them over time, over multiple research sessions. So up at the top, beside a folder, there's a link called Sign In. And here's the link on the left to actually create that account. And that will enable you to log in and out of your folder account within this database and add additional articles as time goes on. And just give you a little bit more control over your research if you're going to be doing a lot of it. We're going to click on New Search in the top left corner. And this time we're going to click on Advanced Search and take a look at that for just a second. In Advanced Search, you just got a little bit more control over the search from the outset before you click on Search. You've got a lot of the limits on this page that you had on the side of the screen in the basic search results page. You can change search operators between terms here. You can use this plus sign and minus sign to add additional search fields if you need to do that. And you can use these drop down arrows to specify where you want to look for a particular keyword or phrase within the record for an article. And then down below, like I said, we've got a lot of the limits that we had on the results page in the basic search option. We're going to click on the EBSCO logo and go back to PsychInfo's starting page. So just to review, we started off with a basic search. We talked about the Boolean search operators that are used between search terms. We talked about using the question mark as a wildcard and the asterisk for truncation to expand search results. On the search results page, we discussed using limits on the left side of the page, using the preview function to look at articles, and using the folder tool to gather multiple articles. We talked about printing, emailing, or downloading search results and including the APA citation with your articles. We looked at the advanced search option and the limits available there before you start your search. We hope this tutorial has been helpful. You can view some of our other tutorials on GTCC Library's YouTube channel. Please contact GTCC Library staff if you have questions about research or library services.